So we kind of did something. Yeah. So as you can probably tell, we have a brand new toy here at the ranch to play with. This is our brand new Sunny mini excavator. I say ours, we'll get into that. Because you read the title, and you know exactly what I'm about to talk about. And that is why we decided that it would be more cost efficient for us to rent out an excavator whenever we need one instead of buy one outright. We'll touch on that first, and then after that we'll get into the technical details of this excavator and talk about why it's so cool. So, in order to answer this question, we need to go back a little bit. Back when we bought this ranch, there was a lot of work that had to be done. There was roads that had to be built, there was drainages that had to be repaired, we had to build new horse yards. There was a shit ton of work here that we had to do, and for that we needed actually something to do that work with. So we bought an excavator. We bought a 12-ton Lokomo excavator, and that guy was great, and we used it a lot. I mean, it was a rare week that you would see it work less than 3 days throughout the week. I mean, we used it so much. But then after all those big projects were over, we realized that, well, we still do need an excavator. We don't need it far as much as we used to. So basically that meant that our Lokomo worked for maybe once a year, once every half year, and then it just sat collecting dust for the rest of the year, which was just not a good thing, obviously, for any sort of machinery. Machines need to be ran so they stay healthy. So that was obviously not a good thing. So we decided that it was time to sell that machine. But like I said, we do need an excavator sometimes. Like this week in particular, we are starting a big project here at the ranch. We're starting a big road project that has to be done. We have about, what would I say, 200 to 300 meters more. I'd say about 500 to 800 meters of road that has to be developed. And for that, we need an excavator. But again, that's one project. And after that, we don't need an excavator again. So we figured that it would honestly be more efficient and more cost efficient for us, instead of buying a new excavator, just renting out an excavator from a reliable source, keyword, reliable source, whenever we need one. And that's what we did. And that brings us to this guy. Alright, so first of all, let's start off with the model number of this excavator and what this excavator is in general. This is a Sunny SY26U. Hey, look at that, we got it right. And this is a 3-ton excavator. Now, one of our criteria was we wanted an excavator which wasn't too big. The 12-tonner, while it was great and it had a lot of power, it was huge. And we wanted something a little bit smaller that we could feel comfortable running, we could see from the cab everywhere, and just overall just have an excavator which is manageable for the professional homeowner, so to speak. I'm gonna look tiny when I have this very high angle here. Anyway, so that was one of our criteria, and this guy very much delivers. We wanted something in the 3 to 10 ton ratio. Our goal was to get something in 5 tons, but 3 tons is more than enough. This guy has a lifting capacity of 600 kilograms. Now, that does sound kind of weird, because you would imagine this crane or this arm having more power than that. But it has more to do with the spinner on this than the actual thing. But I'd say if you lift anything under 600 kilograms, you will be fine. You will be more than fine. So it can lift, and plus 600 kilograms for just basic around the house work, which this excavator is designed for. It's pretty good, in my opinion. It's a pretty good amount. That's what I'm gonna say. It's a pretty good amount. And obviously this is a tracked excavator. Our previous one was on wheels. This one obviously has rubber tracks on it, which was also another criteria. We wanted rubber tracks. But the most important thing is at the front. because right here at the front you will find an egg-on spinner. What is an egg-on spinner? Well, it is basically a component that you can buy separate to an excavator, because obviously if you don't have this and you just have a standard like stock excavator, the only thing that the only way the bucket moves is just like this. But with the egg-on spinner, not only does it move like this, it also tilts from side to side, which is really nice whenever you're digging trenches. You can, if you don't have like a trench digger, you can tilt the bucket and dig with the side of the bucket, like the point of the bucket, and still get relatively good results as far as trenches go. But I mentioned that this is a spinner. What do I mean with a spinner? This thing spins, or it can spin the entire bucket 360 degrees like this. And I can show you the spinner in action. So obviously this is how it normally rocks. So if you don't have a spinner on it, this is all that you can do, pretty much. But because we have the spinner, we can use these little tabs right here. So if we do this, we can spin the bucket. Look at that. So you can dig in reverse or you can dig the right way. And then obviously then we got the tilt. So if you're gonna dig trenches, you just tilt it like that, and now you can dig trenches. Another thing which I really like is that it has a trailer hitch right here, which means that I can actually hook on our log trailer onto this. So apart from that, like, this machine is in exceptionally good condition. I'll show you back here. I mean, you can just see the engine pretty much, well, yeah, it is in pretty much mint condition. There is no leaks, no rust, no nothing, not even any dirt. Like, look at that, look at this thing. Usually you would see these sort of bottles be all dirty and grimy. Not on this excavator. Everything is clean. And that's another really big green flag which I have to the guy who is renting out this excavator, is that he keeps his gear clean and nice, which is really, really important. So yeah, just like in general, yeah, it's in really, really good condition. It's really clean, really nice. Not that much broken bits. The only thing which I could see was that the mud guard, or the guard for the hydraulic thing right here, is bent. But and then there's also kind of like over greasing, which has been done kind of everywhere, like up there, down here, but not too bad. I mean, obviously you're gonna expect there to be like small little bits that are worn and torn, but all of like the important components are all pretty much in mint condition on this excavator. Also, a nifty little light back here so you can work in the dark. Let's check out the cockpit. This is how it looks from the inside. So we got the bucket in front, and yeah, kind of small. The cockpit is kind of small, but you would probably expect that from an excavator from this size. But yeah, the controls feel very nice. I was running it earlier today, kind of testing it out. Controls, they're a bit aggressive, but nice in general. All these controls, again, a little bit aggressive, but still nice. Then also you have hooks right here, so you can actually or these are not hooks, these are thumb tabs. You can actually take this entire window and open it up. So if you don't want to work with a window for some reason, you can do that, or a windshield. And all this opens up so you can work in the heat and not get heat stroke. And also just in general, the cockpit feels very comfortable and very nice. The only thing, oh wait, no, it does have a cup holder back here. That's very nice. But yeah, and again, like, look at the cockpit. Look how clean this thing is. Beautiful. So yeah, overall, a really, really cool excavator. I really like this thing. Me and my dad, we both really like this thing. And yeah, we're excited to use it throughout this week. And obviously, like I said, I'm gonna make content out of this excavator. I'm gonna show you how we run it and what we're doing with it. And you'll see us learn to run an excavator the right way throughout this week. So yeah, gonna be fun. Anyway, that's gonna wrap it up for today's video. It's getting late, I'm tired, I wanna go to bed. I actually still need to go and grab my car from the back lot because we left it there because the guy brought the excavator out to the back lot and my car is over there, so I need to go get that. So thank you everybody so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.